in case you forgot, Mackenzie Dern had her first child, beautiful baby, in June. Almost exactly 4 months later, she's back in the cage this weekend against Amanda Ribas, and there she is. Mackenzie Dern, kind enough to join us on the program. Mackenzie, how are you?
Hi, Ariel. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's great to talk to you. I have to say, I'm a little surprised that you're back so soon. Was this always the plan, to come back 4 months after giving birth?
Yeah, not 4 months, but I definitely want to get back this year. I think I told that to you in the beginning of the year. You didn't believe me.
No, I didn't, because that was before you gave birth. Now, afterwards, it's a lot different after you experience. At least that's what my wife tells me.
Yeah. No, definitely I want to get back even sooner training. I thought that as soon as I gave birth, the next week I'd be able to be back training, and it wasn't that easy. I had to stay I think it was 1 month, kind of just going slow and everything. But 6 weeks I was back to doing jiu-jitsu, and I think it was 4 weeks I was back to doing Muay Thai and that type of stuff. So went good, and it was really the hardest part, honestly, was to get the UFC to let me fight. They were like, "No, it's too soon. You could get injured. No, the weight cut, everything like that." I said, "Man, come on, guys, I can do it." So I'm just happy that they were able to. Oops, sorry. I was just happy that they were able to let me do this fight, and I'm so excited to be back in the UFC.
So what did they make you do? Because didn't you have to go to the PI and do a bunch of tests and things like that?
Yeah, they wanted to see my weight, and after, they were actually really surprised with my weight, and they want to see like how much resting, when I'm resting, if my body is burning more carbohydrates or fat, and that type of test. And everything was pretty good. They were kind of surprised, but then they started to get in well, you're breastfeeding. What's that gonna change? Is your daughter's MOA gonna be is she gonna get all the nutrients she needs because you're gonna be dieting and everything? So they were concerned with lots of things. I needed to get all of my doctors here in California to talk to them on the phone. It was a kind of a big thing to get them to let me go, but finally, they didn't really have any more excuses to say that they can't let me fight. All the doctors would say, "No, she's good to fight," and everything. So then they let me go. So I'm excited.
It's amazing. You're a real inspiration for someone, to come back this soon after going through that is really incredible, especially to go out and fight. And I'm wondering if initially, just off the bat, I know this was your plan pre giving birth, but afterwards, did you find yourself a little sluggish? Did you find it hard to get back into a groove, or did you think that it happened rather quickly, or maybe even quicker than you thought?
I felt good. I felt great. What everyone's fans and just people commenting and everything, they say "Man, it's crazy." So for me, just my day to day and myself, I thought "Oh, it's going good." Not too fast, not too slow. Of course, the first couple weeks was trying to punch, and everything was slow and just kind of wiggling around, my body wasn't toned and everything. But the same as when I came back from knee surgery and all that stuff, So I've been through things similar, and I just felt kind of the same when I had my ACL surgery. It was 4 months too that I came back to competing. So I kind of just felt. Of course, I had days where I cried during the whole camp, thinking "Man, am I going to be ready?" Moa, she's crying, or I go home and I'm so tired, but it's normal, everyone goes through things. And I wouldn't take back anything. I think I made a great decision, winning or losing. I don't know. Of course, I'm going in there to win. I think people are going to be so surprised with the Mackenzie they're going to see. But of course, we know a fight, anything can happen. So winning or losing, I think I made a great decision to get back fighting right now at this 4 months. And I think it's good. It's cool to see. I think I have different fans. I had lost 20,000 fans when I said I was pregnant, and when I posted the first picture of my husband.
Wow.
And yeah, after Moa was born, I gained more than 20,000 back. So I think it's a new, different type of public. Maybe I have more moms following, and just people kind of inspired by maybe the story. I don't know. But
Wow.
it's really cool.
That is cool. And shame on those people for unfollowing. I asked our research department if there's, examples of people in MMA coming back this quickly. And there's only really two notable examples. Michelle Waterson came back 10 months after having her baby. and PFL's Roberta Samad came back 2 years later. Kat Zingano and Sarah McMahon had babies before, their MMA careers. I know Sarah recently had a baby, but she hasn't come back yet. Alexis Davis as well, but this might be the quickest one. Are you familiar with anyone who has come back to combat sports this quickly after having a baby?
This quickly. I mean, I know a couple girls in jiu-jitsu, that they went back to jiu-jitsu. Was competing like the world championships. I think maybe 6 months after her baby. It was a girl that I trained. I fought a lot. But yeah, I mean, I know Michelle Waterson. She's on the card too in Tampa. So it'll be cool, like the mom champs. I always see her talking about that. I think it's so cool. And it really is crazy. You just have like a different strength, It's something like from within. It changes you. I'm like such a more mature fighter in person. It's crazy.
Do you find that you have a different mindset going into this fight? I've talked to a lot of male fighters who became dads, and we saw like what happened to Cerrone this year after becoming a father, talking about having a different kind of inspiration and focus. I know the fight hasn't happened yet, but just in the buildup, now that you have a child and you're fighting for a lot more than just yourself, do you find your approach to the fight is a little different?
For sure. Totally. 100% different. Stronger, like little things that during my camps and stuff would like kind of bother me. Now I don't feel it, like, man, that's nothing, compared to, okay, is my daughter good? Is everything fine? Like she got her passports and everything, like, so it's still being a wife and a mom in training. It's like training seems so easy, compared to how it was before. It's great.
Is she coming to the fight?
Yeah, she'll be there, of course.
Wow. Is she going to be there all fight week as well?
Yeah, she goes with me tomorrow. Tomorrow we go out Tuesday. Dad stays here for a couple more days, so she'll just be with me and Grandpa. My dad's going to be in my corner for the first time. My first fight, my fight in Brazil was the first time he saw me fight live. I don't know if you remember, but like before he didn't really support me. Like, of course he supported my dreams, but he didn't want me to be in MMA. So took a while for him to watch me like fight live. So Brazil was the first time he saw me fight live, and now he's going to be in my corner, so I'm so excited. So
wow.
Grandpa will be there, my daughter will be there. Will be a great, I think it's going to be a good event. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, your father's a legend in the jiu-jitsu world, Megaton Diaz, Wellington Diaz. So for him, like, how did that come about? Did you ask him? Did he consider it? Did he say he wants to be in your corner? This is a really big deal.
Yeah, it's huge. Even like with jiu-jitsu, he's been my coach my whole life. But when I became black belt, I think he just loves me so much, like sometimes like coach and everything, it's like, go, 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 he's so excited. And, sometimes you just need someone who like loves you and wants the best, but they're not like emotionally involved, and going into MMA, knowing like how he felt about me doing MMA, he wanted me to stay in jiu-jitsu. And, I didn't want him to see me like in the sauna, suffering and all these things, or my dad can be like extra hard on me and like just hold me in the sauna, or he'll like, oh, no, my baby girl, come out. So it was a big like process, and I didn't want to ruin like our relationship as father and daughter. He's my coach my whole life, so I wanted this to be like a father-daughter experience, me and MMA and everything. And, just I was 10 months out of jiu-jitsu, so I felt the most comfortable having like my jiu-jitsu coach, my dad, with me in this fight, with my fight back. And I asked him, and, he's like, are you sure? Is that what you want? I said, yeah, of course, like I want you to be there. So I think we'll be really good to have him there. I'm so excited. I think he's excited too.
I bet.
He's going to have his clothes, the Ribas clothes and everything.
And which camp did you train out of, or who did you train with? Because I know a lot was made last year about the lab and all that. Who did you train with for this one?
Yeah, this camp we did like really privately, I didn't, my whole camp is at Black House MMA, but really now it's just kind of like the Mackenzie Dern camp, I have like Bubba Jenkins, he's my wrestling coach, Juan Gomez, Brazilian Samurai, he's my Muay Thai coach, and I trained a lot at the Mendes Brothers in Costa Mesa, my jiu-jitsu. My dad is in Arizona, so it's hard, I couldn't train, but he's coming out with me the whole week of the fight, to correct those little details, that I missed. So my camp was really just, I picked the people who I feel the most comfortable with, and I brought them in like more for me. So I like it. I like that. I think feeling really good, and they all believe in me. It's like hard to pick people who would understand, like, hey, I'm going to get late to training sometimes, you know, hey, I'm going to have to like rearrange the trainings, you know, like not have a specific schedule, you know, because with a newborn baby, training, okay, every day at 12 o'clock. But, you know, I had to like call in and say, hey, coach, can we push training to like 5 tonight? You know, I can't make it, you know, so it was kind of hard, you know, but I'm glad I picked the coaches I did. And I think we make a good team, and it's going to be good.
I like that model. That's more of the boxing model where everything revolves around you. It's your camp, and you don't have to split time with anyone else. So I actually feel like MMA is moving a little more in that direction these days. I'm wondering if you considered 125 at all. Was that on the table? Were you always planning on 115, or did you? Because I know there's been talk of that as well. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I'm like I don't know how to say, but like not selfish, but like I always like I'm stubborn.
Stubborn.
I'm so stubborn, you know. So for me, the whole time is, oh no, I'm 115, 115, 115. The UFC, of course, they're like, no, you know, think about the 125, 125. I told my manager like, no, I don't want to do 125. I'm gonna go 115, and he said, okay, let me see a picture of the scale, you know. So one of the scale was like 128, I think 129, and this was like 8 weeks out, or more than 8 weeks. It was like 10 weeks out. And he said, what? You know, like, okay, your weight's so good, you know. I said, yeah, I know, it's like going down, you know. Like, I don't even understand till today. I don't know how my weight is doing so good, you know. I just have like 5 pounds left. I'm 120, so like
Wow.
5 pounds to 115, you know, 4 to 116. And, you know, I'm eating, you know, I'm not like suffering, you know, I'm like, of course I'm eating kind of like clean, but I'm eating like I'm full, you know, when I eat, I get full. But I think just the breastfeeding and all the trainings and yeah, I don't know, it's just the weight's going down. I think my metabolism's changed with the pregnancy and everything. So the weight's going down, and I'm happy about that. I'm so excited. It's like one camp that I didn't have to think about the weight, you know, I just thought about getting better and getting my technique better. And you know, I didn't know how the fight with Amanda Ribas is gonna be, you know, because she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and judo. So you know, it's kind of like a weird camp because I don't know, like, if when I'm a striker, I know that they want to stay striking, you know, but I don't know if she wants to go to the ground or she wants to stay standing up. So I just was working to be like the best Mackenzie, ready for anything.
Usually on the Monday before a fight, like of the recent ones, are you 120 for a strawweight fight, or is this lower than usual?
No, this is lower than I've never been like 120 on a Monday, you know, like
Wow.
fight week, you know.
That's
So
amazing.
it's like, yeah, it's really crazy, you know. But I mean, I guess you could see like good and bad, you know. Some people say like, man, she's too light, you know, she's gonna be like weak. I don't know, you know. But I feel so good. I feel strong. Like I feel strong for being 120. Usually on when I fight, like when I was fighting 120, I'd already be feeling like weak and not strong, not explosive. But I feel like 120 strong, you know. So I'm like, man, so good. I'm excited.
Your last fight
I don't know
was.
how the I
Go
don't know
ahead.
how the last 5 pounds are gonna come off. You know, I don't know if like that's gonna be hard. But right now I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll come off good. You know, but I haven't like tried to do like I don't know hard cardio yet or anything.
Right.
I'm still drinking water and everything, so we'll see.
Your last fight was May of 2018. I'm wondering, are you a believer in ring rust? Do you think that it will take some minutes, seconds to get a little comfortable in there? Do you feel like it'll be rusty? How do you feel like it will be once the fight actually starts?
No, I think I'll feel good. You know, I've competed my whole life. You know, so I'm getting into the fight, and like I said before, I've had like surgeries before, ACL and all these things. Um, and so it's I'm really excited. I think we'll be good. I think I'll fight good, like no nervous or anything like that.
And as far as Rebus is concerned, I know you just talked about her a little
Sorry,
bit.
my husband.
Oh,
Ciao, baby. Bye,
oh,
baby. He's leaving.
have a good day. Professional surfer, right?
Yeah, amor, vem aqui. Rapidinho, quer ver? Yeah, he's going to surf right now.
Oh, wow. Where do you guys live? California?
Huntington.
Hello,
guys.
Wow. Look at this guy.
How are you?
You're the coolest man in the world. So is he going to just like train right now? What is he going to do?
Yeah, training.
Wow, that's
going down to
how did you guys meet?
train. After party, surf competition after party.
Wow. And
Was actually at the UFC in Los Angeles that they had. I think was Cody, No Love,
yeah.
and TJ Dillashaw when he fought here, and was a surf competition too. and was like kind of after party for both together. So it was cool.
Do you surf as well?
Yeah, I just went surfing this weekend. It was so much fun. It was good to kind of take that off my mind, the fight. I'm so focused on the fight, but it's good to have like a rest and, enjoy the sun and the water and everything.
And does he still compete? He's a professional surfer, right?
Yeah.
He still
Professional surfer.
competes, right?
Yeah, 1 week after the fight, we go down to Mexico. He has a competition down there, so he'll go with me to the fight, and
Wow.
then from there we go straight to Mexico, the whole family, to watch Dad compete too. So it's really cool.
For those that want to look him up, his name is Wesley Santos, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yes. Just want to mention his name as well. I just wanted to ask you about Ribas. Is because of her background in jiu-jitsu, is this someone that you had on your radar, someone that you've been thinking about fighting for a while?
No, I haven't. I didn't see her fight in the UFC before they told me about her. I didn't. I never heard of her in jiu-jitsu either. So when I thought, oh, she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, like, of course, black belt is a black belt, but I've never like heard of her in the IBJJF tournaments or anything like that. Which is hard. It's almost better when you know the person, because like, oh, okay, I've seen her fight before and everything. She's like a black belt, but I never seen her fight, so I don't know what's her style, what game she does. She's a guard player top. When my manager just mentioned her, they had a very few people that they offered me because I'm undefeated. You can't just like give someone who lost and everything, and where I'm trying to get back into the ranking. So when he offered like her, I didn't know who she was, and then he said, oh, she just fought Emily. So then I saw the fight, and then I saw how she was. But yeah, I didn't know too much about her. But she seems tough, she's a great. I think it's a good fight. I'm kind of happy, like people won't be able to say, oh, the UFC gives her easy fights. She's a tough girl, and she's gonna be like way more aware of my jiu-jitsu, and that's like where I win, with the girls being scared of the ground to go to the ground with me. So I know she won't be scared of going to the ground. So I think it will be a good fight. And was the whole camp, people were going to say like, oh no, Mackenzie's better, like standing up, the ground is good. She's moving fast for 120 pounds, so I think it'll be good.
And so it's such a great story to see you back, because I think that some people thought, oh, once she gave birth, maybe this will be her out from MMA. She doesn't like to get hit. She doesn't like to strike as much. Here you are telling all the haters, all the doubters, no, not only do I like it, not only am I going to be the first mom champion, I'm coming back 4 months after I give birth. So, you can all shove it, right? This is amazing. Because I think a lot of people thought this, right? Or maybe you'd use this as an excuse to go to 125. No, I mean, you're just like sticking it to everyone here in one fell swoop. It's great.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the comments and everything, it's like so much quieter. My Instagram and everything I said, like, it's like, man, there's like, I don't know where everyone went, all the people who were saying everything. But, I don't do it like to get, to show anyone. I do it for me, like for me, my family. I'm feeling like better than ever. And I think that's like what's in me. And I think that's what I needed, like, I know I believe in God and everything. So I think he made for a reason. Before, of course, I took it serious, fighting and everything, but I'm young, like to party, all these things, So like, oh, you need the money? Like, okay, I need money. Yeah, okay, I'll fight. Oh, it's okay, I'll take a vacation. Now it's like, no, I missed it so much. This 10 months out was like I was missing to be there in the fight and being on the mats and being in the ring and watching the whole. Even though I was out, it was the whole year watching people fighting and all the fights going on and people winning and losing. I said, man, I want to be there too. I miss it. So I'm excited to get back, and I think people are going to be real excited, and I hope people like the story, like of just my comeback and everything.
Oh, it's an amazing story. I wish you the best. Again, congratulations. Your daughter is very cute. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, and I wish you the best on Saturday. Welcome back. This is an amazing story, and you're a real inspiration to a lot of people, moms and non-moms. Just for someone to do this so soon after is really great stuff. Good luck in the fight, Mackenzie. Great to talk to you again.
Thanks, Ariel. Have a good day.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.